it with Caleb and mounds of poop. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that is a handy but severely dangerous little trick to have. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to The Mighty Nine. We're now on season 1, episode 3, which is called The Fletching and Moondrop Traveling Carnival of Curiosity. That is a long title. But anyways, in the last episode, we got a little bit more on this plot that's kind of unfolding between these two worlds. We learned a little bit more about what's going on with the Kryn and the beacon and some of their belief systems behind it. We found out who the leak was that allowed for these assassins to even be able to get in and steal the beacon in the first place. And we've learned that right now, as of right now, their plan is to basically dissect the beacon and figure out what it's all about. And then on the other side of things, we were introduced to a couple new characters. Jester, who is a very mischievous somebody who's got some magical powers, as well as Ford. We got to see his kind of the origin story to how he now has this armor and a magical sword that apparently does things on its own. So yeah, the plot is continuing to thicken as we get into this world. Ready to jump in? Let's do that. Just before I do though, please do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And also please leave some comments below. It really helps the girl out a lot. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Holy Robin and Batman. That's how Robin's family died. Oh God. Okay, we're gonna need a backup. How did we get here? Not! Yeah, how'd we get here?
It's because Molly Mock Tea Leaf is literally a fucking peacock.
All right, well, this is our, what's his name? Bard of this world. Why did his name just slip right out of my head? Scanlan. There's always gotta be a whore.
Don't forget, I expect to see you both at tonight's show.
Interesting.
How are you always so calm? Especially today.
Why? What's today?
Does he have a tail like the other ones? I'm just wondering if this race with this horns are just all kind of on the freaky side.
The Kryn dynasty and the Empire are on the brink of war. And what do anxious souls seek out during times like this?
Distractions.
Entertainment.
Distractions.
For they only seem frightened of spending money. Still a
Yeah, money
ton of
becomes
tickets
very, very hard to come by during a war.
Cannot keep my tent up.
There's a potion for that.
Oh,
Right?
Hi, Molly.
all right. Well, Molly's the one they definitely respect in this group.
I studied at the Vanderfluid School of Performing Arts for this.
You did.
How insulting. No.
Show us that degree.
Oh, you are the soothsayer, no?
I am indeed. Now then,
You're a liar, aren't you?
cards tell me
Damn. We gonna lie.
you should rely less on mystical remedies and get thee to a real physician.
A doctor? Can they be trusted?
Most times. Aw, he does have a heart and a conscience. Does he actually have the ability to read, though? Because that did seem like it was accurate.
Money pot, enemy of my enemy?
Fallen Fräulein, I think.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Do you know what that means? Uh-oh. She needs a drink.
Oh, you are a true friend, Caleb. Oh. I thought you said we couldn't afford
This
it.
goblin's gonna be dead before the end of the series if he keeps drinking at this rate.
The carriage to Zadash arrives
In like 2 hours. Come on. Don't poop on the party.
Mm,
I have fun.
really? Wow.
Save it.
Fair.
You made a home for all of us broken things, Gustav. You're the only man I know who should apologize for nothing.
So this is the island of misfit toys, huh? Okay.
Never has such a magical act been seen in this part of the Empire.
Really?
And exquisite danger. Toya, the vivid voice.
Okay.
And her spectacular devil toad.
Okay. I was like, is she part of the act? Because she doesn't look like a beast to me. Bird people!
I am Gustav Fletching, owner
Do
of...
you have a death wish?
What?
No?
The beast can smell a child from 10 miles away.
Sell it, girl. The kid's like, yay! Kids have no survival skills. Something tells me that toad is
His
so
bloodlust
docile.
for children curved.
The Lumino beetles are to be guarded around the clock and not to be handled by anyone but myself.
Sure. Yeah, professional, please.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's going on?
Of course not. This is a carnival. Nothing but fun and games.
I really like the different types of like details to like the design there are, like how he's got like a horn ornament, and then we saw that like the guy from last episode had one on his ear.
Key ingredient in a very powerful spell that is going
How much time do you need?
as much as you can give me.
Right? He's like, I don't think Nott cares. It's kind of, I was thinking the other day that like Nott's mask is very cool looking, but it's also a great animation hack. Like you don't have to animate any of the speaking.
I've been struck.
Struck. But wait, if those beetles aren't fed to the toad, maybe things go sideways.
Someone help that child and fix this wheel.
Help the child. I don't think Nott's a kid. So Trent's looking for him too? Huh. I keep wondering if Trent is the one that stole his power, because they definitely did one of those things where he said someone stole it from me and then they cut straight to Trent. So again, could be misdirection, but
This isn't your problem, fortune teller. Just because you're Gustav's favorite doesn't mean...
yeah, don't
When you
touch.
put the carnival at risk, you're all our problems.
Mm.
So why don't you tell me what's on your mind, and we can fix
All right,
it.
let's use words. The bartender's immediately like, bye.
I could try that. You're right, Molly.
Of course.
Not me, the cards.
Let's hope that works and he's not too emotionally unstable to possibly screw up the act.
So, what is your business?
Indeed, you look suspicious.
yours, Carney.
Oh! Was that supposed to be an insult?
And just be surrounded by magic.
Yeah,
Facts.
you mean tricks.
Same.
What's the difference?
Exactly.
Tricks or magic? Either way.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to find someone.
Maybe.
So why don't you just run along and do the same before you chase away our customers?
Yeah, you look kind of mean.
My word.
What's that one mean?
She's like, while we're looking at cards.
You want to serve the greater good.
Ooh, read like a book.
This complicates things.
You don't like people?
Can't do it alone, no matter how much you want to.
Shit. Lovely chat.
Yeah.
Let's never do it again sometime.
Damn. Molly looks very, like he looks like he's lackadaisical, but he's clearly very observant, and not just of what's going on in the tent, but of people. I'm wondering if the card reading is real. It's giving that it might be.
Voluptuous Ford. And I am a bloodthirsty warrior. Come on, my liege.
Now, I feel like... Oh,
Ooh, I love a man in uniform.
that was a deep cut. I was about to say, if I went to all those festival, like, the House of Mirrors, that's the experience I wish you were having.
How do I know you're Deadeye?
Hello? Even I saw that.
I am so sick of doing business with the soul.
Breathe it out.
Diane sent me to get a name. A traitor.
Yeah, let's just move forward.
Lots of learning, but no smarts.
Okay, can we give her a chance before we judge?
The name.
That's not how this works. I'm just a courier.
Is that your eye?
Dyron will know. If you survive long enough to ask her.
Holy! Someone literally crapped in his breakfast. Because what all Bo did was show up, bro.
It's no big deal. We'll find another weird glowy beetle thing in the next
Something tells me they're not that easy to come by.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Don't just freeze. I was frightened.
That's literally what causes people to freeze.
Of course, you little shits.
Oh, Nott's protecting him.
Help! Help! This crazy woman is attacking my
Daughter. Go with that.
Oh, Papa, she's hurting me.
The dramatics.
Go.
Shouldn't fight. Now you look like a bully. Sorry, that just really did not go well for you.
That's not a child. That's a goblin.
What, goblins can't have children? It's right, you better get those eyes out.
Now are they? And this carnival is for everyone. Except
Get out, Normie. Yeah. She's a really good thief.
Fucking goblin.
You should have just... Oh, no, you need that. Damn.
Okay, not recently, but he's always listening. Right, Traveler?
Is the Traveler real? I still...
All the sacrifices, I had to all his followers.
Oh, wow.
You learned from Vox Machina that sometimes some people are the only ones who can see things.
It's in your dreams?
Exactly. What's going on?
How else could we go on our amazing adventures together? Ooh, let's get
I
some
really like that Ford is trying to like really understand what she's going through with this traveler and not just judging her as being crazy.
Never heard of the traveler, is all.
You could tell me, you know. We can be friends.
Ooh, that soft light around her face. You're not developing a crush, are you, Ford? You got listen. You heard that she said she's never been outside her little castle before. Like, let her explore.
I want that.
Here you go.
Aw,
No, really.
that's a pirate hat, not a cap, not a. Just put it on.
You are strong. And you don't need a carnival game to tell you so.
Her.
Show some respect. This man is a feared commander of the sea.
This
The way she's selling him. Calm down.
You need to be taught a lesson.
Bring it, bitch.
I don't want to hear any bickering. Only laughter, shrieks of excitement.
Okay, so he's the
all
same race as Jester.
We'll take 3 tickets, please.
One for the traveler.
We have a carriage to catch. Come on, Jester.
I love that he didn't even question her invisible friend. He was like, sure.
Very interesting.
Is it? Tell me everything.
He sees
I
a
see
gullible sail right there.
To refuse the call, only peril.
You hear that?
Hearing that after what we saw at the beginning.
Okay.
Yes.
One thing about Molly, he is a hustler. Very charismatic, very good at reading people. That is literally the worst combination for a con man in the sense of for the victims.
Nine, it is gone. I failed.
You'll think of something.
Yeah, don't give up.
A fraction of what I can do.
Okay.
Could do.
Let's go back then.
What's the play? Huh? Prince and Pauper? Rat food? Gripe and swipe?
Rat food.
How about something new?
We're all about creativity here. Let's just not give up. I don't even know if I should be rooting for Caleb at this point, but you're going to take that poor bear suit, aren't you? Damn. He went to school to become an actor.
Mr. Tealeaf, I'll see you under the limelight.
Looks like they've got a very, very deep partnership. Damn. Okay, so he is for real then. And he chooses when he wants to tell the truth of his readings. Oh God, please don't tell me y'all the ones who caused this issue. Please.
But there's 3 carnies coming.
This is like a video game. Oh, is that what's her name?
I meant my left.
Oh, he tripped.
Okay, you're in the clear.
What is it with Caleb and mounds of poop? Man cannot avoid.
And what would a toad from the hells be without its angelic master?
Where is she, by the way?
Toya, the vivid voice.
That's the entrance. Scanlan would be in love with her immediately. This toad's like, I know my cues, thank you very much. Looking fantastic. Just rolls over on your belly, huh? I don't think this devil toad's that scary, guys. I think it's just big and ugly. But you know what? It's about the act. Hurry up. Hurry up, Caleb, please.
Duncanot.
Ooh, a plethora. Move quickly. Please tell me this need like a special one of these fireflies that was born under the 11th moon. Like, just grab one.
Who amongst you is brave enough to come face the devil toad?
Not I.
Someone seeks the glory of the stage.
No, not you, girl. You've got... No,
Not safe.
not with your tricks.
I have them. We did it.
A whole crate.
I am grateful to have you as a friend.
Anything you need, I'm here for you.
Aw. I mean, it's technically hers, guys. Let her have it. Oh, there she goes. Not seriously. We need to talk about not just your alcoholism, but your kleptomania. All that work.
My pet is totally under my control.
You sure? What happens when a bunch of those fireflies come in the tent uncontrolled? This is bad. I can already tell it's bad. Oh God, this thing's about to go and eat everybody, isn't it? Oh, look at its eyes. Oh no. Get out, please. Yep, the toad's gonna be what a toad's gonna be. Oh, not this poor clown thinking, my God, dude, why is this? Firefly, no, your song ain't gonna work, girl. Dinner is free for once. Please don't kill her. I feel like she's gonna die. Oh yeah, it's gonna, oh no. What did these people do? This thing creates zombies? It creates toad zombies. That is terrifying. What the hell was she doing traveling around with that thing?
Traveler, it would be nice if you could help me out.
If you're real, this is the time to tap in. This is the time. You gotta step. Come on. Come on, Ford. You wanna be the person that your daddy, or not your daddy, your mentor said you were supposed to be. This is the time to do it. Okay, did he mean, he did? Okay, he's tapping in. Oh, she is in love with you now.
Oh my.
Yep.
My turn.
Okay, I was about to say, does her magic do anything other than be cute? It does.
Well, win a sugary prize.
Well done. Can we get out of here?
Gustav!
Yeah, we're... I thought he'd got... Oh no. You're gonna have to take out your friend. I'm so sorry. I'm assuming this is a one-way ticket. They don't get reversed back. Not his beautiful face. Huh? What? Sophie's harmed? Something happened? I had a feeling that those were some types of talismans or magic circles. Agility, though. Oh, take it quick. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that is a handy but severely dangerous little trick to have. Oh, shit. It does reverse. Oh, no, thank you. Can someone take out the toad, please? Yeah, the toad needs to go down. Has anyone figured that out yet?
We can't stay here.
Yeah, but I feel like trying to leave right now is not safe. Thralls.
What are you doing?
Being a hero.
Explodes.
Okay, I'm a fan of sigils. All right, yeah, I'm glad you knew your arm is more important than that message. Well, I was about to say it couldn't get much worse. Too soon. I was about to say, girlie, this is not the time. He hates you. Or he loves you, one or the other. Oh, so if we killed the toads, we would have gotten, or are they dead? I'm trying to figure out if they were savable. I'm gonna hope not, because a lot of them died. Oh, bro, that really wasn't your fault in any way.
The hell just happened?
Every possible thing that could have gone wrong. We got 5 out of our group. You about to die. Yeah, I think one of those assassins followed you. Yep. This hoe needs to die.
A name! The soul monk said it was a name, but I don't know who.
Thank you.
That's why you shouldn't have talked.
Been quite helpful.
I could have told you that. You never cooperate with an assassin. They're gonna kill you regardless. Damn, okay. I'm trying to figure out if this means that there's another monk in the order who knows something, or if it's gonna lead back to the other one that dispatched Bo. I'm not exactly sure yet. Oh my gosh, that was a lot in that episode. I feel like I didn't talk nearly as much as I normally would, but yeah, so much to digest there. We were introduced to a completely new character of Molly Mock, and as I said, very interesting dichotomy. It very much reminds me of Scanlan, like same idea of a character, someone who's got charisma, someone who's got looks, someone who knows how to work those things, someone who knows how to work a con, and who always has this air air of being carefree, light, nothing bothers them, but really they're actually a mess beneath it all. And I wouldn't say necessarily a mess in his case, but there's layers upon layers of secrets in Molly Mock, right? We saw the first introduction we get to him is he's, in bed, reveling, doing a lot of things that are very much distractions because, lots of, even though we have Not who uses alcohol, Molly Mock probably uses pleasures, but either way, it's a distraction. And we have someone asking about all of his tattoos and he's got a, cute story for a few of them. But when she gets to the eyes, she's like, what is up with those? And as soon as she mentions them, you see his body language immediately shift and he leaves, doesn't want to talk about it anymore. And I could tell from what he said that it was a lie, what he told them. But then the back, the triangle with everything, like that's in almost every type of story, those types of symbols almost always mean something like alchemy, magic, summoning, something, right? It was very much a magical symbol. So I was like, I feel like those are not just regular tats. I think there's more to them, but we didn't get any more about that. Outside of it, we really just kind of saw Molly's world, the way he interacts with it. We see that in this circus, he's kind of the, I don't know what you'd call him, the big brother, the person that they clearly relate to and they enjoy and that they respect. And it's not to say they didn't respect the other guy, the one that was getting an ulcer, but I think they definitely, Fletching, it's not that they didn't respect Fletching, but Fletching I think is like the nagging mom, right? He's there, he's gonna whine about something, but you know that he's not gonna do much about it. It's really the fact that they have this kind of, how do I explain it? Kind of more of like a brotherly respect for what Molly was bringing to the show. And so anyway, what little we gathered, it looks like Fletching and Molly had been friends for a long time. And, we heard him say kind of a moving moment where Molly says, you gave a home to all these misfits. It seemed like he was basically saying that the majority of the people in this circus were outcasts or people who didn't quite fit wherever they came from. And they got to come together in this space and live a life that was fairly carefree, doing things that hopefully they were enjoying to some degree. And it looks like Fletcher is someone who very much helped facilitate this show and allowed them to be able to do this. And so, that was a really beautiful moment because I feel like that the moments that Molly is dead serious are probably very rare, at least that people see. And we see that it immediately evoked an emotional response out of Fletching. So he knew exactly how important it was and how, beautiful that moment was for Molly to say that in that moment. And again, we see that the worry was that the circus is on its way out because he was saying they were barely able to break even anymore. In most cases, when a war is about to come, that's when money gets tight. People are very scared to spend, but also during wars, things tend to go up, right? Unfortunately, gouging is a bad side effect. But anyway, they were kind of facing the idea that if tonight's show didn't really sell people on wanting to continue to spend their money there, it might be the end. But we see that everyone was doing the best that they could. They definitely put their heart into this show. And we'll talk about what happened at the end in a minute. But yeah, it's I like Molly's character. Again, as I said, very much the troubled undercurrent with a serene surface, that kind of character. And he clearly is, I'm trying to figure out what that last scene where he got hurt, which triggered and activated I think they're I'm going to call them runes. It's probably not the right thing, but it feels like a rune type thing, but it looks like, it's triggered by him being hurt, right? He got the cut and his eyes glowed, and that told me right there and then he was no longer in control. At least, and again, I'm not saying he can never control it, but at least in that moment, he was another person, he was in another place, and we see that the agility, the fighting ability, that was next level, right? He was definitely, I'd say, assassin level good. And then the way he killed Fletching, right? It wasn't just a quick, let me get this done efficiently. It was, cutting the Achilles, painful, slow, horrible, then stabbing him with both swords, excessive, ripping the swords apart. Whatever overtakes him, whatever training he had, it was not meant to be something kind. It wasn't meant to be efficient. It was definitely meant for maximum pain and maximum damage. So lots of questions about who trained him or who put those runes on his body. Did he do it himself? Was it done to him? Is he aware of what they do? Is it a situation where he blacks out when these happen and then when he wakes up, he's surrounded by carnage and that's why he always tries to stay chill, right? I don't know. Lots of questions about that, and I feel like it's going to be a minute before we find out just because a lot is happening and he probably does not want to talk about it. But yes, very heartbreaking moment when he recognized that he had in fact killed his friend. And as I was saying, I don't know, we saw that the people who were turned into thralls, as we were told, that they could change back to their form, but it seemed like it only happened after after they died or after the toad left, a bunch of them changed back. So I don't know if that means that whatever the toad did was like I said, I don't know if it was a one-way street, like as soon as they were converted, even if he did leave, they were dead, or if it was something that if no one had killed anybody and the toad had left or the toad had been killed, they would go back. I don't know yet. But at this point, I feel like it's kind of a moot detail because a lot of those people are dead from what we can see, either from self-defense or, you know, in the case of poor Molly, you know, whatever the heck his killer instinct is. So anyways, very interesting character. The other thing that's interesting about him is that we see that he's constantly walking around with these cards, these fortune-telling cards, and, you know, he makes it seem like it may or may not be a gimmick, right? He takes it half seriously. He obviously takes coin for it, but it also looks like every card that he pulled up was accurate. So I do think he might have some type of divination power to some degree, maybe nothing deep, but I'm not sure. But yeah, the cards were real. And I thought maybe he was 100% about swindling, but that was not the case because we see that when he saw the hunger card with that poor peasant, he's like, don't waste your money here. Like, go see a real doctor. Like, you need to deal with your real issue. So there is conscience there. There are limits to where he'll go with his greed, which is, well, I shouldn't say greed, with his desire to make money. So that is good to know. And then the other thing that I noticed about him, as I mentioned in the episode, is that he's hyper observant. The fact that he can clock which again, that's kind of part of being a con man, sadly, is that he can clock people very easily. He knew immediately that Bo didn't belong, that she was not there for the show, that she was absolutely there to potentially cause issues for the type of people who might come to a tent like this. And that's why he had to talk with her when he's like, you know, people come here to forget their problems. They come here to just chill. You look like a straight and narrow kind of person who might interfere with that. And that's not the vibe we're going for here. So if you're not here to enjoy the show, kindly get out. And he read her like a book. We see again the cards talking about the fact that she's righteous, the fact that she's looking for someone, the fact that she thinks she can do this alone, the hermit, i.e. the loner, right? All things read, ABC, all correct, right? And I mean, yes, some of that could have just been his observational skills, by the way, she was carrying her body language, etc. But like I said, it's giving that these cards and him, like there's something there. So we'll have to see, I guess, in further episodes, we'll see whether or not that continues to be a theme for him. But yeah, at least we know he's not completely helpless. He's not just a showman. He is capable of being lethal. But again, the trigger for it and his level of control over it, that's still a gray area. So that was Molly. Very interested to find out more about him. And then we see with Ford and Jester, you know, Jester is just, this is her first time in the world. So of course, a carnival's the perfect place for somebody who's never been outside to be, you know, she's taking everything in. She's loving it. She's very curious. She's also very curious about Ford, and you see that Ford is very much keeping a lot to himself for obvious reasons, but I do like that they kind of, this episode was more about them bonding and learning a bit more about each other. Ford really asking a lot of questions about the Traveler, like, is this thing real? Like, why are you so invested in it? And, you know, him getting very bothered, and my guess is maybe because he's trying to figure out what the source of his own power is, like he knows something's odd. I don't know if he's put it back to the sword yet. My guess is maybe he's starting to make that connection, but I think he's figured out that there's an otherworldly force around him at the moment, and he's not sure where it's coming from. So that's why I think he got so agitated and asked her the question of, what does the god want from you if he's giving you all these gifts? And that's his worry. It's like, okay, now I suddenly have magic. Now I have this sword that does all these kinds of things, but what does it want in return? And that's a valid question. I asked that last episode, like, what is the reason for this? I can't think this under the sea pirate king god, whatever you want to call it, is doing all of this out of the benevolence of its heart. Like, I feel like it definitely wants something from or out of Ford. We just don't know what that is yet. And I don't think Ford knows how to communicate, or maybe he wants to figure out how he can communicate with whatever is behind this so he can ask said question. But yeah, that was kind of a cute moment between the two of them. And then with Caleb and Not, just more bonding between the two of them. You know, Not is, you can see bonding very quickly. I think that Caleb was a little bit more reserved for obvious reasons. I mean, outside of what's going on in his life, I think, you know, his first introduction to Not is that she's got sticky fingers and she's very slippery. But their time together has already been very high stakes, right? They've trauma bonded for sure. And, you know, here we see that everything that was going on at the carnival when Not was caught by Bo, realistically, Caleb could have left, right? Caleb's a wanted person. I don't think he has any desire to get any more attention than necessary, but his automatic reflex was to protect Not and to get right into the dramatics of, you know, oh, look at this person's harming my child, right? That was actually hilarious. But anyway, so, you know, that, and between that and Caleb calling Nott his friend, like you can see, it's these little things are definitely melting Nott's heart. And I like that the two of them are getting closer because, as I said, they share a lot of similarities in how lonely they are and the fact that they've got a lot that's haunting them. And I'm saying that, I know with Caleb, we definitely know things are haunting him. With Nott, we haven't gotten much insight into what's going on with her past or why she's so dependent on drink. But I still maintain that while she's clearly an alcoholic at the moment, and you know, that's why the shakes are coming, I think there's a reason behind why she got to that point. I don't think it was just I was walking out one day trying some wine and that was it for me. We don't know much about goblins, so I don't know how it works in this world, but it's giving that there's trauma. There's something there, and the drink was what was used initially to suppress, and now there's a dependency. So anyway, I like that Caleb is, I think, the right person to be around Nott right now. Obviously, I'm sure he notices that Nott has a problem, but he's not coming with a place of judgment. And I love that he said that to her, like, I'm not here to judge you. I'm no place to judge you. I'm just worried about you. And we see that Nott, you know, she actually broke down in tears at one point because of her violent reaction to Caleb basically telling her she needs to slow down. And I think, you know, those tears were shame, right? I think Nott's not at all happy that they've been reduced to shaking and being completely dependent on a bottle, but she isn't really ready yet to talk about what got her to this point. And I think that's going to be absolutely necessary for her to even begin to start turning her life around in the sense of not having to use that vice to deal with whatever it is she's trying to deal with. So that's still an interesting story that's yet to unfold, but I do like that. I do like the connection that's forming between the two of them. So we've got like two pairs right now that are very, very strong together, and that being, you know, Nott and Caleb and Jester and Ford. And I have a sneaking suspicion that despite the fact that they're kind of butting heads at the moment, that we're going to see Bo and Molly actually kind of not necessarily hit it off, but I think that they're more similar than not. They handle things differently, but I think they're more similar than not. And I think that the way that Molly's able to read people is going to be absolutely necessary because Bo's not going to be the kind of person to volunteer stuff easily. So I think that the way that he kind of reads her is going to be what she needs to kind of start slowly but surely coming out of her shell and recognizing that she's got to rely on people. Because that is something that I think we can say Molly does really well, is relying on others. So anyways, all of our people that we met so far, they are all at the mercy of some type of army right now. I'm not sure whose army showed up, but right now they're in trouble. Classic. And we'll have to see how they're going to get out of this. And we see that the message, I think my girl got it back. I think Bo did manage to get the message back. She got, it's still in the mouth. It's still in the mouth, I think, of the toad, right? Yeah, maybe she doesn't have it. But unfortunately, if she doesn't get it back, I'm not sure what's going to go down because while the poor Deadeye is gone now, Deadeye's just dead. He didn't have the name, but I think that unfortunately that assassin's going to know exactly where to start hunting to figure out what name was given. So yeah, I don't know. My girl Bo is not in a great place, but I think between her merry bandit of weirdos that she's now going to be kind of lumped in with, she's probably going to figure something out fairly soon, hopefully. But yeah, this was another great episode. I liked it. Like, it was kind of sad, kind of crazy in one way, but I really love the introduction of our new character, and I'm already liking this dynamic. I'm looking forward to seeing how everybody interacts in the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.